If you're watching this video, then you're definitely thinking about getting a cat. However, something is preventing you from making that commitment. Maybe you're afraid you'll develop an allergy to fur? Or maybe you're worried that the cat will scratch your furniture. Perhaps your spouse or roommate refuses to get a pet. Whatever the reason, there are solutions. We've compiled some of the most common recommendations on the road to getting a cat, and we've picked up ways to address them. Cat allergies. While the ideal solution to an allergic reaction is to avoid what you're allergic to, you can minimize the symptoms by doing a little work on the issue. However, the first thing to do is to visit an allergist to make sure that your allergies are really to cats. Once you're sure that your much coveted furry is causing an allergic reaction, familiarize yourself with all the facts about this diagnosis. For example, it's helpful to know that people with this diagnosis are not actually allergic to cat fur, but to the proteins in the pet's saliva, urine, and dander. This is why it is important to bathe your pet in time. This can reduce your exposure to this protein, but unfortunately the effect will be short-lived. It is worth bearing in mind that bathing kittens too often can irritate their sensitive skin. Do not abuse something that may help you but harm the culprit of your allergy. Feline shedding hair loss is normal for both humans and cats. The feline family usually loses more hair in the spring because the weather is warm. But also, cats shed due to medical problems such as stress, poor diet, allergies, medications, infections, and sunburn. To minimize molting in cats, veterinarians suggest feed your pet a healthy and balanced diet, or even follow a diet appropriate to the doctor's instructions. Comb the cat's fur regularly and take care of it. While taking care of your cat, be sure to check for any suspicious hair loss, redness, various bumps, cuts, fleas, ticks, or other parasites. If you see signs of any of these problems, or just don't know why your kitty is shedding so much, see your veterinarian. Problems with the cat litter box. If the thought of toilet litter tray odor keeps you away from your cat, know this: you're not alone. However, with daily care, it's easy to get rid of this unpleasant factor. A clean litter box will also encourage your pet to use it more often. To minimize odors and increase the likelihood that your cat will consistently use the litter box, try the following. First, buy litter tray litter with either grains, clumps, or fine-grained clay litter, as studies show that this is the texture that pets prefer. As with any litter, you will need to clean the litter box daily, and about once a month to throw it away and buy a new one. Second, if you bring home a new kitten and you have 2 pets, make sure you have enough toiletries, ideally 1 litter box for each cat, plus 1 extra. For example, if you have 3 cats, you should have 4 litter boxes. If a pet can't use the litter box because of digestive problems, or if the box is constantly dirty, unfortunately, they may start defecating just on the floor. Third, don't overfill the litter box so you don't have to clean it as often. Clean the litter box up to twice a day if the litter box is used by more than 1 cat at a time. Aim for about 2.5 centimeters of litter per litter box. Fourth, some cats prefer to use an enclosed litter box with a lid, but most do not. Covered options tend to trap and intensify odors, so they need to be cleaned more often. Large individuals may also have trouble maneuvering in them. What's the solution? Try both types of litter boxes, indoor and outdoor, and see what your cat prefers before settling on one. Fifth, a cat that constantly defecates past the litter box may have health problems. Always consult your veterinarian before assuming that the problem is intractable. In fact, it may be something that is probably easy and quick to figure out. The neighbor doesn't want cats, definitely a very big and widespread problem, so no matter how much you want it, you can't solve it quickly. However, there are 2 options that you can use if suddenly you cannot imagine your home without a furry friend from the word at all, but the person with whom you live does not want it. Discuss it. Find out why your spouse or roommate doesn't want a cat. Maybe they prefer dogs. Or maybe they want to get a pet someday, but it's not the right time. Talk about the pros of pets: love, enjoyment, friendship, and, even better, health. Studies show that a cat can lower blood pressure, reduce anxiety, and even fight depression. That's the kind of counter-argument you should take note of. Offer solutions. If your roommate or spouse resists buying a cat, or even resists your desire to get one from a shelter, because of problems like shedding or smell that you're sure you can handle, talk about how they can be solved. Or maybe the problem is the numbers. Do you want multiple cats but can only handle one? See if you can work out a compromise. Maybe roommates just aren't sure if they want a pet at all. The solution is to start a conversation. After all, if your spouse or roommate is still against getting a cat, you can quench your cat cravings a bit by visiting a shelter. Cat aggression: cats fight with each other and with people for a variety of reasons, emotional and physical. Territorial, male and maternal aggression are just some of the most common. And of course, sometimes it's just overly exuberant play. While decisions depend on the cause, here are some to consider. Talk to your veterinarian. Cats can become aggressive because of a serious illness, so it's important to rule out a physical cause for the pet's behavior. Encourage proper behavior. Most of the time, cats are aggressive toward humans because they are frightened or playing. To keep them from playing rough, never use their hands or feet as toys. Offer more special adaptations and spend time with the cat. You might also consider getting another cat as a playmate or creating a more stimulating environment, such as an outdoor aviary. Consider spaying. Unspayed males are more prone to aggressive behavior and may even influence the behavior of others. So make sure that all animals in the feline family are spayed. Easy competition among cats. If you have more than one cat, you can prevent competition by providing multiple bowls for food and water, and putting one box for each cat, and one more in different parts of the house. Purchase pheromones. Provide shelters and roosts throughout the house. You can also buy artificial pheromones that mimic a cat's natural scent, undetectable by humans. This will help pets stay calm. Use short-term medications. As prescribed by your veterinarian, they can help if you are struggling with feline aggression. Never give over-the-counter medications, especially those for humans, unless recommended by a veterinarian. Some medications that are safe for humans can be deadly to cats. Restrain but don't punish. Don't beat the cat for being aggressive, it will only cause more aggression as well as fear. But don't let feline aggression go unchecked either. To stop the fluffy cats from fighting, make a loud noise, throw water on the cats, or throw something soft at them. Do not try to separate two fighting cats. Dealing with aggression between cats takes time. Seeking help from your family veterinarian or a certified animal behaviorist, CAAB, can make it much easier. Cat care costs. If you're concerned that cat care is too expensive, it's important to know that healthy cats generally don't require expensive care. That said, they still need regular checkups and vaccinations. And, just like medical care for humans, veterinary care can also be expensive. Fortunately, there are options to help manage costs: pet insurance. It costs money, but it can potentially save them too. Many options are available. Some pet insurance is affiliated with national pet store chains, and others can be purchased from your local veterinarian. Talk to other pet owners or search for pet insurance information online to get an idea of the options available and what is offered. Veterinary school discounts. Veterinary schools sometimes offer discounted services to the public. You can find the closest one through your veterinarian or on the Veterinary Medical Association website. Cat scratches and other behavior problems. Cats have a tendency to scratch. They scratch to remove scuffed claws, to mark territory, to develop energy, or simply to play. However, by giving her other opportunities to sharpen her claws, you can have both a cat and beautiful furniture at the same time. Claw pads. Prepare several claw pads made of sisal, cardboard, or wood. Rub them with catnip to interest your furry friend. Claw caps. These tiny vinyl sleeves, also called claw caps, slide over them, painlessly protecting them from damage when they try to scratch anything. You can buy them online at pet stores and from many veterinarians. Claw trimming. Trimming a cat's claws is not difficult, especially if you start doing it while your furry friend is still young. You can consult your veterinarian for a nail trim or look it up online. Getting rid of claws completely. This is a controversial practice, so you should carefully consider the pros and cons. A cat's claw grows from the bones of its fingers, so removing it permanently means amputating the last joint of each phalanx. It's almost the same as ripping out/removing a person's fingernails, and without their consent. We don't recommend it. If you're thinking of buying a kitten, experts suggest a more appropriate solution. Immediately accustom your child to a scratching post and other objects to quell his itching. Talk to your veterinarian about the pet's behavior. If you get a cat and find that you can't solve one of its behavior problems, always consult a specialist to rule out a health problem. Simple problems, like a urinary tract infection, can make a cat howl, stop using the litter box, or even become aggressive. The same can be due to hypothyroidism, a persistent long-term lack of thyroid hormones. Eliminate such problems before assuming that your pet is incorrigible and doesn't deserve your forgiveness. If the cause is behavioral, a veterinary behaviorist can help you. Cats can fill a home with pleasant purring, cheerful play, and tenderness. However, before you get a pet, make sure you're ready for the commitment of a lifetime. Still not sure? Talk to your local veterinarian, consider the pros and cons, and then take the plunge on such an important decision. We hold you accountable, because play and throw is unfortunately a pretty darn common practice. And that's it for today. Thank you for your attention. Bye bye, everyone.